reggae music is surprisingly not one of the genres I personally have listened to a lot, but leading up to this conversation, obviously I've been listening to a lot of reggae, trying to, follow up on your podcast, and it's really good. I've been missing out. Like it's interesting how it is the exact opposite of the music that I've listened to the most, which is hip hop, which I feel like is more aggressive and a street gang, especially nowadays.
Right.
Where reggae is more love to everybody and peacefulness, which is something I resonate with a lot. And so I'm surprised that after 23 years, I haven't gotten into it until now. So,
well, it's interesting because there is the branch of reggae called dancehall music, which we had talked about previously, the Sean Paul, Shaggy. And actually that dancehall, that hardcore drum and bass, which is more computer generated, like as opposed to the live Bob Marley, it's basically more popular around the world in a lot of ways than the old school reggae music. And so there's the connection between the two there. And as a matter of fact, hip hop, where it originated in the Bronx, Kool Herc, who was the first one who actually started scratching and playing hip hop dance parties. He's Jamaican, and he got the idea of spinning and starting these dances outside from Jamaica, growing up where they had street dances and reggae was played on the streets with DJs clashing with each other. So hip hop culture evolved from reggae and Jamaica, and it's very interesting, and also from that same branch of dancehall, ironically, which is also a very big genre, is reggaeton. Which is the Latin version of dancehall reggae, based on the same rhythms, these drum and syncopated drum bass rhythms on drum machines. So you have hip hop, you have reggaeton, and really EDM all evolved from reggae, because EDM, what happened was in the original reggae music, you had an art form called dub. And dub was instrumental versions of reggae songs. And during the street clashes of Jamaica in the early days, there was competitions. And it was actually an accident. One person went in to press a record on vinyl. Turns out the vocals didn't end up on the record. It was just the music, the instrumental. And they paid so much money for it, they said, all right, we're going to spin it anyway. Okay. Turns out he just started improvising over the mic with the instrumental, and the crowd went wild.
Wow.
He did it 10 times the whole night. The place couldn't stop clapping. They loved it.
That's awesome.
So it invented this art form, and then as these instrumentals became popular, they started trying to outdo themselves with drum and bass and dub and all these effects, and eventually that evolved into what we know now as EDM, all these effects and everything.
That's interesting.
So it all really happened from this one little island, all these major,
That's cool.
art forms that are like going on right now in the world.
Interesting. I didn't know that. That's pretty cool, yeah.
And at the same time, reggae kind of just stayed in its lane while all these things are happening around it.
True, yeah.